Hello and welcome back to the North American division of the ESL Pro League Season 5. Match day number 15. Our first matchup just went one apiece. Luminosity picking up the second map. Winterfox picking up the first. Now headed over to another one which could potentially go one apiece. NRG and Immortals. I feel as though these two teams could be fairly evenly matched.
I'd say very evenly matched, even though the scoreboard not really reflective of really their skill. Immortals have had a lot more rougher matchups, and the most difficult matchup so far that NRG had was against Optic, and they took that 2-0.
Yeah.
Which is an indication of how well NRG are playing, especially with the stats.
Yeah, definitely.
Take a look at their critical players. They go absolutely huge.
Having a look here at how things are going across on the main stream as well as our stream. Did just mention it was one apiece between Luminosity and Winterfox. 2-0 for SK. No big surprises there, and really not much to take away from that initial scoreline between Renegades and Selfless. Nothing much to draw too many conclusions from, just a pistol round win, presumably there from Selfless. Anyway, thinking about NRG and Immortals, when I sort of saw this NRG lineup before this season started, I was like, okay, this is again going to be an NRG which is not going to be amazing. They're going to be okay, but they're not really going to be able to sort of challenge with the top tier of competition. You know, I didn't expect to see them up in 4th. I thought they'd be middle of the pack. But they are actually doing very, very well so far this season.
Yeah, I mean, Peter's been going absolutely ballistic. And look, Breezy, we've talked about Breezy time after time. How he, in his previous lineups, always the best performing player. And he's showing it as well. In the overall, for the ESL Pro League, just for this season, statistics-wise, currently Peter's sitting at second best player behind Cold Zero. Right. That is nothing to laugh at. Cold Zero was the best player of 2016. And Breezy is sitting at 6th.
Well, doing good, doing good. Having a look at the statistics here, though. There you go. Peter, 1.63. Holy dooly. 85 ADR as well. That's really very, very impressive from him. Breezy just a little bit behind him, 84.8. 1.29 KD as well. Things not quite as good on Immortals, but still very, very respectable. And we're going to be seeing, obviously, a lot of those guys having to step up here. NRG as well. They'll be relying on Peter and Breezy probably, but Henny, I think he's the one to look at here for Immortals.
Absolutely. This entire Immortals lineup needs to stand up, and especially their AWPer. They need their AWPer in the hands of Henny to take down Peter. Yeah. And that is a difficult ask. When Peter is just going 1.63. The closest I saw was Shazam on Misfit 2. I think it was sitting around 1.45, 1.5 KD, and even then his rating was not this ridiculously high. Yeah. I think it's something like 1.36 over the entire season so far.
That's really good.
That's over 5, or I was going to say 5 2 best of ones
so
series. So 10 maps in total. So really to have a consistently high rating over that many really shows class. And if he's able to continue to bring that talent, able to dominate the entire Immortals matchup, especially on Train, where we know this is a map where the AWP can dominate and excel, well, Immortals may be shut out.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Immortals is a good side, so I'm definitely not going to be counting them out this early on. I think it's going to go one apiece. Probably both teams picking up their own map pick, but who knows? This could go to 2-0. It could go 2-0 for either team as well. Immortals, though, last week against Winterfox, they did have a fairly long series where you would have expected them probably to sweep that one under the rug relatively easily. So if you want to take anything away from that, maybe NRG are going to have a bit of a better time here, but we are going to get onto Train and find out momentarily. What's your pick? 1-1?
1-1 is a safe pick. But if it is a 2-0, it would be tight between the two teams. I don't think we're going to see shutouts like we just saw in Cage, 16-6. It'd be 16-10, 16-11. The team starting on CT side and Train needs to capitalize and roll their advantage forward. They need to give themselves enough rounds to play with. Similarly, for the team starting on the T side, got to make a huge impact from the get-go. Pistol round, win your anti-ecos, get as many rounds as buffering space, and try to roll forward towards a win.
All right, NRG starting off on the T side. So it's on the back of Immortals here, really, to get to probably 9 or 10 rounds here on the CT side, and then try and follow that up on the T side. But NRG busting straight out onto the A-bomb side, or at least Marquis, because no one else has just yet. They're running it all the way up towards Ivy, and it's going to be a bit of a split out onto the A-bomb site. Now we see them coming in as a team, maybe too little too late. Have a look at that. The aim from Henny gets 2, FNX gets 2 as well, and Lucas chiming in with 1, and you blink and you miss it. NRG lose the pistol.
Yeah, just charging towards Ivy. They were banking on the fact that they could catch out the CTs, either pushing towards Ivy or trying to crossfire and engage in the close quarter duels, but Immortals just going one better. Clean headshots. You can't do anything when you just have body armor, and NRG will force up. Just pistols and body armor. Peter just with a P250, so he's looking to pick up the AWP instantly on the buy round, which is what you expect. Because as soon as he picks up the AWP, that's when you want him to make the impact, and Marky will be able to make it out. Oh, just barely out of T-Connector. Down towards 13 HP. And Bolt's just spotting the inners line. He's tagged once, but he'll be able to get out alive, and Marky does fall towards FNX's grenade. But Fugly, what a deagle shot, but they're lining up. Breezy also with the deagle, picking up another kill, so they should be able to get the bomb plant down. No grenades for Immortals to use. There is an incendiary grenade on Steel, who's just going to fall. Actually, Dab's getting a kill with the UMP, and FNX pushing close. Oh my goodness, this has gone wrong for Immortals. Henny's got to lift his game.
Yeah, it's 1 versus 2 though for him. Difficult task. Breezy very low on HP. He actually could just tap this bomb and see what he can do there. That will be the case, but immediately 2 utilities coming out from NRG, a smoke and a flash. A grenade and a flash. And he does take down Daps, and now it's just Breezy. And Breezy's good enough with the deagle. And the round goes the way of NRG. And anti-eco. Well,
that was a soft round as well. That was something Immortals needed to hold. That was a round that Immortals need to hold on. They'll be forced onto their own force by NRG. Instantly striking back. Breezy with 3 kills in that round with the Desert Eagle. Immortals big hold. Going to be tested more in this match. NRG might have just sensed a little bit of weakness.
That's a good early sign as well for NRG to see Breezy starting off nicely. He's the one that we expect here for NRG to be really stepping up alongside Peter when he does get that AWP in his hands. But this round here, Immortals have decided they want to buy back into it. They want to try and bring back a bit of pressure and relieve pressure on themselves. But if they lose this one, then things are going to start to get a little bit tougher for them.
NRG slowly gaining map control by trying to flash their teammates towards contested areas like uppers. Normally, you could find a CT with a pistol holding close, trying to do damage. But NRG willing to utilize some early flashbangs, as well as some manpower just to ensure the lines are cleared. And NRG stacking slowly towards the B site. We've got the AK in the hands of Breezy, who was the hero of the force buy in the previous round. Lucas going close towards T-Connector, but they can't find any more information. Immortals are just spotting, but not pushing for information. And this B site, NRG are stacking. They want to attack it.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to be headed in that direction. Bolts, he's going to have to probably get 2 on the entry here, but it's a tough ask with only a CZ. Will have to be played to perfection, though. We do see NRG starting to maybe rotate back across. They're not 100% sure. They've only got 35 seconds left to play with, and I think it's going to be an A site here.
Oh, Lucas has spotted out Fugly towards SL. It's done a lot of damage, and Henny with the scout able to clean him up, but Breezy coming out with the AK-47 making things work, but Lucas with a Desert Eagle gets one. Also tags Marky down, but Breezy, easy as you like, coming forward, doing more damage, just cleaning up Immortals members. And, well, Bolt's only with the CZ. Cannot find more than Daps, who was tagged down by FNX, and Breezy picking up a 4 kill to solidify NRG's lead. Small leads, but that's how you compound them forward.
And they should be able to get another round here as well, because there'll be an eco for the CT side. And already starting off well as NRG. That's dangerous signs for Immortals. They can't let this spiral out of control, because if they lose this first map super convincingly, NRG just comes storming into the second map, and maybe we do see a fast 2-0 coming out here, even though it would be fairly unexpected. But it's still early days. Much too early to call anything like that. So Immortals, they'll give up this round, then they need to respond. When they get to their first gun round, that's when we want to see a round coming out from Immortals.
No one on the B site. They've all stacked towards A. NRG have scouted this out, and they'll bring the bomb towards B site. It should be another round for NRG, barring a severe misplay. And Daps going to be looking to just add to the bank account on the back of these SMGs. It's going to be mainly up to Peter as well as Marky to try to grab these opportunities to further boost the numbers. But Breezy just holding towards T-Spawn. Will be able to clean off Henny, who was trying to push Ivy. Does get dinked for his troubles, but 50 damage. It's really nothing.
Yeah.
It's not enough. There needs to be another headshot, and Breezy, well, so far from receiving Breezy, he's not even giving Immortals opportunities. If he does, he just goes, "You've missed your window. I've given you 1 second where you can try and kill me. Oh, I'll just swing it back on you, and I'll just rip off your head."
He's been really, really sharp so far. And look at that, 9 kills after 4 rounds. Well above anyone else in the server. Double anyone else in the server, even, and a little bit more than that. So it's looking like it might be a good night for him. Now's the first gun round here, though, from Immortals. NRG coming out to this one with just a MAC-10 and a UMP as well, and a couple of their members. So they are going to hit the A-bomb site relatively quickly by the looks of things, and FNX starting off quite nicely. We do see one of the NRG players dropping. There goes another one. Daps falling to Steel. Both the UMPs though, not the UMPs, both the SMGs I should say from NRG. The trade back comes from Breezy, Peter as well finding one, but overall, trade's not too favorable for NRG when you have a player disadvantage. 3 versus 1.
Yeah, but Peter, this is dangerous. He spotted out FNX, misses the shot though, and Bolts, well, he will trade. Well, not really trade, just holding the line, able to get the easy headshot. So NRG trying to change up the tempo. It's not going to work out, but they kept the Mac 10 and UMP. They'll be able to buy up in this. They do grant Henny the AWP without the CTs having to invest in a sniper, which is a nice find for the CTs. They'll be happy. Only losing 2 rifles in the previous round. They'll be able to remax up, just lacking in some utility on Steel as well as Bolts. But really, not much is Steel getting aggressive. Won't be able to find the opportunity. Daps is locking down the line. And Steel, well, tagged down once. He'll be able to get out alive.
Immortals will want to get this round here. If they do get reset, though, that's where things start to become a problem. NRG pressuring Ivy, pressuring A side a little bit. Not too much just yet. They have a lot of time to play with. Last round, we saw them go quickly, but a lot of the time we have seen them weight that timer down quite a lot. Very similar to what we saw from Luminosity on their own T sides in the previous match, where they would just explore all the options that they could, try and get as much information as they could, try and draw out as many defensive utilities as possible, and then go with 30 seconds left in the round. But here for NRG, still plenty of time. Are they setting up for an execute here? Are those guys going to set some smokes up? Doesn't look like it.
They are lining up outside T-Connector.
Yeah. So maybe they are setting up for a smoke set.
They got 4 smoke grenades.
There we go. Looks like it.
Oh, that's the A smoke. I know that smoke. I wonder why.
Do you?
Yeah, it's in the ESL Pro Tip. Yeah. Smokes off the A bomb site.
Nice.
Makes it easy for you to attack through T-Connector, but you still got to get past the AWPs. Smokes is only one part. Knowing which line to line up, that's cool. But knowing how to dominate your opposition like Henny, that's something different. And NRG, they will be able to molly the bumpers at back of A, but Immortals have so much map control. NRG, they have to get the bomb plant down, but they can't get the kills working in their favor.
They don't have enough time here to be messing around. The bomb does go down, though, just in time, and Henny gifting a free frag over to Fugly, essentially not watching the right angle. Lucas does trade it out, but there's a trade as well for NRG, and Breezy, he gets one before going down, so this is still doable for Peter. Again, he finds himself in a clutch situation, but this one, much more favorable. Needed to hit that shot, though, only managing to get the leg, and that will be another round for Immortals. Close, but NRG are starting to let some things slip here.
Yeah, they're losing a lot of their early members in the one-on-ones, which aren't working out for Daps, not working out for Fugly or Marky. They're getting taken out through smoke or through some great AWP shooting coming out from Henny. And you can't really just leave Breezy as well as Peter to try to clutch out all the time. Statistically, sure, they're able to do the damage, but they've got to have more numbers reinforcing. They want to play the 3-on-3s, not the 2-on-3s, not the 2-on-4s, because eventually you're going to drop them. NRG will be forcing with Tech 9s across the majority of the board. Only Peter with the Tech 9 no armor are going to be barreling towards the B side. Bolts has to burn his utility early. He hears the noise, he hears the pressure, and Dap's already pushing fast out. Will decide to back off. Besides, it's not worth trying to charge down solo.
For the moment, NRG again playing quite slowly here. Immortals holding their sights. 2 on B. Normally you might see a little bit more of a presence in connector for Immortals. They have maybe Bolts sitting back in the connector for a fast rotate over towards the A site. So if NRG do hit the A site, it's going to take Immortals just a little bit longer, but not too long to actually get back over to that site. For now though, NRG are not committed towards anything. They take their time in these T rounds, don't they?
Immortals playing this very, very well. They're staying far back. They're not allowing NRG the opportunities with the Tech 9, maybe except towards Ivy, and that's still to hold it off. Otherwise, look where they're sitting. Back on A site towards close heaven to make sure that if the Tech 9s do dink, it's not an instant headshot, and NRG are going to be coming back out on towards the A site. 3 towards T-Connector. Henny spotted 1 cross. He doesn't know exactly how many there are. He's trying to go for the shots, but Peter's charging him down, and they might be able to get the kill on towards the AWPer. Peter gets the kill on towards Steel, and Breezy cleaning up 2 kills with the Tech 9, 3 kills with the Tech 9. Don't even bother going for the AWPs or the pistol, or for the rifles. Might as well just go Tech 9 rush, no stop. Breezy, well, that's uncharacteristic. He misses, and up to Lucas to now complete the 1-on-3 clutch.
Oh, well, this is tough for Lucas, but still doable. Peter wasn't able to get the 1v2 last round. This time, maybe he might be able to get the 2v1. They wouldn't want to drop this round over, though, to Immortals. It's their best chance now to get around on the board, get a sneaky one on the board, and they're playing it well. The timer ticking away, and ever so quickly, Peter does close out the kill there. And Immortals will drop that one to what was essentially just a pistol and armor buy from NRG. So disappointing for them. Forces them back on the eco, though. FNX is forced straight into it. I think the rest of the team looks like they're going to force up behind him, too.
Well, they will be forced into a double eco. FNX decides to see how much damage he can do with the M4. If he can get the first initial kills, catch NRG off guard, they could steal some AK-47s, no pun intended, and maybe put it in Steel's hand. I just realized. But that is a hard ask, especially when you have NRG, when you have Breezy, who's just breezing his way through the opposition. I'm unstoppable today. That is actually too easy. I can't. I'm gonna forbid myself from making easy puns. I'm gonna have to try to find some more difficult ones.
Yeah.
There's too many ones actually. There's also Lucas and Henny. They got ones.
Yeah.
That's more advanced.
That's a little bit better.
It's more deep.
Alrighty, well. NRG now with a good chance to actually start putting a really good T-side on the board. It's been so backwards and forwards so far. Immortals looked like they were starting to come back into it, and then they lose to a force buy, and now NRG, they've reset the economy of Immortals. A force buy comes out. NRG could win this one quite convincingly and really just springboard themselves up to 5, maybe even 6. But it has to come down to the execute here, and it looks like it will be the bomb site, the B bomb site, sorry, where they're going to be headed, and wow, who needs an execute when you can hit headshots like that?
And the M4 is going to be lost. Lucas tries to retrieve it, but Breezy. Someone stop this man. Surely he's not allowed to do this. He's just rolling through Immortals, making Immortals look mortal. And, well, finally Steel does shut him down and gets the AK-47. So my predictions from early this round did come true. Ironically, shouldn't have happened. But Henny on the long rotate also wants to find himself an AK-47. NRG ideally want to keep as many AK-47s in their hands, but Steel's doing damage. If he's unable to take the AK-47 into the next round, it does damage the NRG economy. They have to repurchase weapons.
Yep.
And it's just going to damage their hopes in the long run if Immortals are able to bring back some closer rounds.
Yeah, and saying that, though, T economy is just a bit more favorable than the CT economy. And there we go. UMP traded out for an AK. Looking good here for NRG now. 5 on the board. It'll be another eco from Immortals. This could be 6. When you hit 6 on the T side, that's sort of your par score. Anything more than they can get after that is starting to really elevate them into that second half quite nicely.
Yeah, NRG not going for SMGs, just going to be looking to build these rounds on the back of the AK-47s. And now Fugly also finding a few kills, chiming in with a few cameo performances. Really, so far, it's just a breezy show for me for NRG. He's just cruising in, 1, 2, 3 headshots. In all the rounds where NRG have won, it's been him getting 3 kills.
Yeah.
And even then, in the rounds they drop, it just feels like Breezy will get more. He's unstoppable.
He is. At the moment, he's just being a massive power player for NRG. And if we see Peter start to wake up here for NRG as well, I think that's curtains, really, for Immortals. Because so far, they've been having trouble dealing with just one of those NRG players, backed up by a couple of other kills coming across from a few of them. But in reality, it has been off the back of Peter that they've been able to... off the back of Breezy that they've been able to win the 5 rounds that they have. And Immortals, yeah, I think they're going to struggle. If someone else on NRG steps up here, we might see them just get washed away.
Well, I mean, Henny had 1 good round so far with the AWP, but NRG are able to get so far up. He has too many lines to watch. He can't watch over all the lines. He's too concerned about being pressured. He just sits and just watches and focuses on one line, and then NRG just collapse and get the kill. The good thing for Immortals in this round is NRG have taken a little bit too much time, and if they drop a couple of kills, not flush out these CTs who are stacking up, then it could spell disaster. But Breezy, well, he'll navigate the danger alongside with Fugly. And Marky will also chime in, and Bolts was all the way towards the B site, so a dangerous round navigated. They did lose Daps very early on to the USP stack, but they should be able to claim the 6th round, doubling the score of Immortals. Immortals will be able to force up, but they won't have an AWP. They will only have M4s, and Marky does drop. So.
They are letting the economy start to really get rolling for NRG. Admittedly, Bolts does take down 1 here. He's going to try and find a couple more.
Respect given from NRG, not chasing. They don't want to be giving away more cash, but this will allow Bolts to sprint across and hopefully grab an AK-47 before exiting. I think Breezy... No, it's Fugly who's spotting the line. They know he's towards City Connector. Maybe Peter will watch it to ensure Bolts does not escape with an AK. That's the last thing you want.
Trouble.
No, he actually stays too close. He just dies.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Only had a USB.
Yeah, whatever. NRG, yeah, looking good. 6 on the board now. And, well, there could be an orb. It would be a glass cannon on bolts, and he'd get absolutely nothing else. So I don't think it would be a great idea. But there we go. He's decided to go for the M4, so it's essentially a full rifle setup. Let's pretend that that UMP is a rifle for a second. Sort of fills the same role.
FNX is good with unconventional weapons. We've seen him pick up the Mag 7. He's done work before. We've seen him pick up the UMP. If he gets close on the back of a flashbang towards T-Connector, he can do some damage and bolts. Well, he's going to be spotted out, but takes no damage. Will force Lucas to rotate back towards the B site. NRG just holding default, but FNX is... What? What? How does he know exactly where to shoot while Daps does get taken down by Peter? Oh my goodness. FNX on 1 HP and Lucas going to be gunning down all the players and uppers. Bolt's going to chime in. It's up to Peter now. 1 on 5 and his life should be forfeit. No, he takes down Lucas. 2 members on Immortals low.
Very, very low. You can pull the pistol out and kill them. Even a Molotov might kill him. But at this stage, Peter's still got a couple of full HP targets to deal with. He does have a lot of time. Finds FNX, but that's one of the low HP players. Would have loved to have gotten steel or bolts there, but still, he's got a few players to deal with. It's always going to be a tough situation for him. But you feel though he will be able to keep that orb through to the next round. Immortals at this point, their economy's not that good. They won't hunt him down, so he's only going to have to take fights that he wants to take. And if he wants to save the orb here, he can do that.
The problem with how Immortals are playing this is that they're isolating themselves in a one-on-ones, and
that was so close as well.
It was just a feeling. If Steel dropped, if Immortals just gave more opportunities for the one-on-one deals, it would have worked out very poorly in their way.
Yeah.
Immortals should have just stacked. It's difficult when the bomb is lost towards uppers. You can't really stack the halls area where it's just long corridors where Peter will have a great time. Breezy's already on 17 kills after 10 rounds. And we thought the 20 kills in 13 rounds is impressive, but I imagine Breezy goes, that was just a warm-up. This is the true display of skill. As NRG, slow control, more towards Ivy this round, is going to be Steel, who is looking to hold off this aggression.
NRG, they'd love to fight back with another round here. 6 already is pretty good, but 7 would be better. 8 would be better. Still a good chance, though, for NRG. There's a few rounds left in this half, and they can turn this into something very nice. They don't want to allow Immortals, though, to come back into this and really start to get a bit more of a stranglehold on that CT side. Because NRG have done the hard work. They've gotten off to the good start. Now they just need to convert that into a good first half.
Still coming back, watching the CT side. Breezy going to be leading the entry, just clearing his corners, and Steel caught out with a Molotov in his hands, and that means certain death because Breezy has not been missing very much, and Bolt's pushing through. Well, it just makes it look too easy for NRG. They're just waiting for Immortals to get aggressive and just line up the crosshairs on the heads. Breezy does fall, traded out by FNX, but... And he against Peter, losing the deal. Peter!
Wow, there you go.
They were on the same line, but still. That's just scary when Peter, it just feels like every single time he scopes in, someone's going to die. You could be behind a wall and you can still get tagged to 28.
Yeah, and a reset straight away in terms of the economy for Immortals. They will force into this one. Pistols and armor. UMP as well on FNX, but not much to write home about. And NRG really starting to take control of this one. 7 on that T side. Looks like some flashbangs going out into the A-bomb site, but nothing too crazy yet from NRG. Thought that they've been playing fairly slow so far on the T side. And again, it's going to be that. Oh, Peter, he holds the line. Not sure if he was spotted out. I think Steel would have spotted him.
Well, even then, Steel goes, I can't really push beyond there. There's an AWP watching the line.
Yeah.
It's Peter's AWP. It required some tricky mid-air aerobatic maneuvers. Well, that was a bit tricky to get out. To just like even escape alive. Yeah. It's like a fighter pilot from World War II, but it doesn't work out because Marky goes, you can try your fancy tricks, but an AK-47 bullet will stop any shenanigans.
I think he was just playing TF2 at that point, trying to airstrafe around.
Insert any source game.
Yeah, pretty much. But I like it in TF2. It's the best. Anyway.
I'm assuming you main soldier.
No, actually, I main medic in TF2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You didn't airstrafe as medic as fugly.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, true, to avoid when
you
everyone wants to kill you.
Yep. True. Airstrafe away.
I'll concede that point as NRG. will be looking to crack open a bomb site. Looks like it's going to be A. Once again, they wait for so late in these anti-ecos, but just to make sure that everything's clear. It does I guess it does pose a problem, because if Immortals can shut down the bomb carrier and run away and survive, they may be able to get a very easy round out of nowhere. Because that's the danger. Just 2 picks coming out instantly. Henny won't be able to find another one to CZ, and Fugly will be able to clean up. So good round for Fugly. NRG just taking a little bit too long. Maybe just a little bit more respectful than they should be at the stage.
They got the round done in the end, though, so can't really complain too much about it. 3 guns saved through when their economic situation is looking so good already. It's not too bad for NRG. 8 now on their T side, and that is starting to really shape up to be something nice. This could be even better, because this one, they're going up against another eco from Immortals. It feels as though Immortals have almost been ecoing out this entire half, really. Their economic situation has not been kind to them. This should be 9 for NRG. Barring some sort of crazy display with those USPs. Fugly answering it well, though. Daps as well will find 2. And it's basically just a pretty straightforward round from here on out now for Immortals. FNX, the last one surviving. Fugly will find him, though. No, he won't. Timing.
FNX. Lurking around. Oh, Fugly will be spotted out. But so close, FNX. I felt like deserved the kill for his patience. But Fugly will be able to land the final bullet. And NRG, 9-4.
Yeah.
It is their map pick, but I feel like it is their map pick, because otherwise Immortals most likely
would have started on
T side if it wasn't their map pick.
Yeah.
But still, it's dominating.
It is dominating, and this spy again from Immortals, like, they've got full rifles, but the utilities are lacking, and so it's not like it's the best of sort of setups for Immortals right now. It's a round that they have to win. They have to take this to 6. Anything less, and NRG is going to stomp away with that second half, one would think.
Yeah, and NRG slowly crawling through the inner smoke. Bolts has spotted out Breezy. And Immortals should rotate. Fugly is just posted up on the line to make sure Bolts doesn't try to challenge it. There is no AWP in the hands of Immortals, and so far in the rounds where they haven't had the AWP in the bio round where they've doubled eco'd, they've managed to take it against NRG. So there should be another victory in Immortals if Bolts doesn't stay too long on the Molotov, but he does. Bolts getting 2 kills, Lucas answering on 2 as well, and FNX cleaning up on Peter. So 4 guns still alive. They'll take the AWP to the next round. It is the final it's the final round of the half, so NRG have a lot of cash to play with. And as history dictates, they should be able to take this unless Immortals are able to strike back. Breezy on 21 kills. What a dominating T-side performance.
Absolutely. Just smashing it. If he can turn that into a CT side performance as well, it's pretty much game over for Immortals. But they're going to fight back in this round, see what they can do. If they can get another round on the board here, it's going to be so important for them. Just gives them that one extra leeway in the second half, which at this point they desperately need. Daps, though, opening up onto Bolts. Not a good early sign for Immortals in this round. They've only got 1 player over to the B site, 3 over towards A. And NRG, if they decide to hit the B site and take down Lucas very easily, then it'll be a very difficult retake for Immortals. At this point, though, does seem like NRG are looking to set up over towards A. Got players over towards SL. A couple of players out, setting up maybe some smokes.
Lucas, good push.
Yeah, nice push. Works out very well for him. Equalizing the player advantage. And so now, things looking a little bit more comfortable for Immortals. Even still, one would think it would favor NRG right now.
If they do working towards the M4s and NRG are unable to make the trades work, then, well, Immortals should be able to end up with a 6-9.5. But if not, NRG, just on the back of Breezy and Peter's AWP, could seize the initiative and make it 10-5. Only time will tell. It is Lucas posted up close up as the only person on the B site. As soon as NRG execute, they might not even execute. Fugly's going to walk slowly in. They're not suspecting Lucas to be at this line, and he spotted out Peter. There's a rotation coming through. NRG, they suspect it, but he takes down 1. Good trigger discipline. He's now tanked down to 5 HP, but Peter takes down Henny. Molotov comes through as well, but the HE at the same time means that Lucas is a dead man for sure, and Fugly is pushed all the way to the back of bomb site B. He's also picked up a headshot towards Henny. Still on 15, a man and a dream. And unfortunately, it is unable to be completed.
10 on the board there for NRG after the first half. An excellent first half, really, for them. And all they need to do now is convert that in the second. We'll find out whether they can do that in a sec.
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL Pro League. Currently in halftime between NRG and Immortals. And NRG started off very, very nicely on the T side of Train, getting 10 rounds on the board. Really good stuff from them.
On the back of mainly Breezy, Immortals dropping a lot of anti-ecos. That will really come back and bite them, especially if NRG are able to capitalize on the CT side. I had to find my words for a bit there.
Yeah, it always gets a bit harder after you have a break and you sort of chill back.
Yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, we're ready to get back into it. And then it's just like, oh, you have to see our faces. We are back in the game, so.
That's good. That's a start. Always like that.
It's like the meme. When you're waiting for NRG Immortals to play, but you see the casters instead, and you have the fist.
Nice meme, dude. You should be a meme
Professional
lord.
meme lord.
Oh, God. Where have we gone? What have we done with our lives? All right, well, let's see what Immortals can do with their lives here, because they do need to get this pistol round. If they don't, NRG is going to steam away in the second half, like what we saw Luminosity do in the second map against Winter Fox. They were up 10 and 5. They got the pistol round, and then they just closed it out, 16 and 6. Could be a very real possibility here for NRG as well. They've started off okay. Peter gets one, finds a second as well, and a third, closing out 3. Can he get the 4th?
Oh yes. My goodness, Henny, he drops the ball a little bit. It's up to Bolts now, and Peter, can he get the ace? Oh no, he stinked through the edge of the box. Peter almost went huge getting the ace, but Bolts now up to a 1-2. He's been dinked out, 10 HP, and there's still a kit to play with on Daps, and he's just at the long distance. He knows he only needs to put one bullet in, and he cleans up. And NRG picking up the pistol. This is just one more, I guess, shovel dig for the grave of Immortals on Train.
Yep, it's not looking too good, and early sort of attack pause sounds like it's coming out here. That's what that music means. I can only assume it's from Immortals, and there you go. It is confirmed. So they lose the pistol, and they decide to take attack pause straight away. What are they discussing here? Do they decide, okay, do we want to force into this one? I assume they have to, because they didn't get the bomb down. Pistol on armor, surely the way to go.
Not sure why tactical pause is called so early. They didn't get the bomb plant down. Maybe they want to talk about, hey Henny, do you want to use the AWP? Maybe
where is that?
I think that's in Heaven. I don't know why there's a workspace in Heaven, because there's only a ladder to exit. There's nothing else. It's just like, hey, there's a computer here.
It must be like a crane control or something. Because it's like a train yard, right? And you want to get like a crane to pick up all of those crates.
That makes sense, but why is there no actual entrance? I'm fairly sure that's against occupational health and safety.
Who knows?
If we made, say, for example, the casters climb up to the studio each day, I don't think you and I'd be very happy.
I would. That'd be kind of cool.
Like a treehouse.
Yeah.
It's like treehouse casting. It's like back towards the dream. Some sick smooth, cool. So you get to explore the map in intricate ways you've never known it before.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm just watching the map right now. What's the next one going to be?
Hopefully, maybe the server room that's in Ivy. There's a server room in Ivy. There's a... Nope, okay, T-spawn. Way to ruin the fun observer. Well, we are back into the game, though. So, Immortals will force up.
They did decide to force up, and I think that's probably what they needed to do. Though, I might have taken just Tech 9 armor here, tried to rush down a bomb site. They're going to go for the slower playstyle here by the looks of things. Scout, see if they can get some tags. Follow that up with some shots from the Deagles, the P250 of Steel. At this point, though, they may be walking right into the exact position that NRG would want them to be. Because Peter's watching that line with his own Scout. A bomb site, though. Only 3 players there for NRG. 2 of them over towards B.
Breezy just spotting up for information. Sees a couple coming out of Pop Dog, but Peter firing the headshot from back at Green Train. Does get tagged down by Henny with a scout, but Peter just looking to create more opportunities. FNX going to be trying to bust out of Ivy. Henny does manage to take down Breezy, but Breezy's already taken 2 kills, and FNX will take down Daps at Ivy. And Peter's tagged down low. 2-on-2, winnable for Immortals. Going back to retrieve the bomb. Fugly and Marky have a FAMAS and P90 to make this work out, but Immortals, Henny with no armor. This may be the differentiating factor if he's unable to land that shot towards the final parts of the round.
Has to hit that shot. Marky is a one shot, Fugly not quite. But NRG for the moment holding tight in that connector. They're not sure which direction Immortals is going to be heading in. At the moment it seems they're favoring the B site. They're looking over to the B site more so than the A site. But Immortals, they are playing very, very slowly here.
20 seconds left. They got to make a move, though.
I don't know. Like, have they left it a little bit too late here? If they have to run into the site, surely NRG is going to hear them. Maybe deny the bomb plant, and then that's round over.
Well, they are going to be coming towards the A bomb site, and NRG have been playing close towards Ticket, so let the bomb plant go through. But they can retake it. They're hearing one of the scouts falling away. FNX going to be playing SL, and Fugly going to be peeking out with the P90. But there's smoke cover. That's good for the side of Immortals, but similarly, Marky's also got a smoke grenade to work with. No kit, so they've got to jump on soon, but Henny's been taken out, and they suspect that FNX is only going to be at one line. He waits. He is just waiting, but Fugly is going to be... Surely one of them's got to use the smoke eventually, and well, they're not even looking at his line up. What are they doing?
I don't know.
What are you guys doing? There was only one position that he was going to be in afterwards.
I don't know.
And Marky just holding on to the smoke forever. They knew they didn't have kits. I would just pop the smoke and gone, all right, just go around Fugly with the P90.
Yep.
Sprint around to see if you can find the opportunity.
Yep.
But just to line up.
So,
especially when
Immortals.
Pop Dog was dirty. It's just strange.
Yeah. Immortals pick up the eco win, 4-spy win. NRG back on the eco this time now, though. So maybe Immortals have a chance to come back in here into the second half. Though Fugly maybe has other ideas. It's a good start to the round for NRG. Won't be able to retrieve that gun, though. It's sort of in enemy territory for the moment. But CZ, very, very useful weapon still. Very strong.
Immortals losing the early members still was not expecting NRG to, or Fugly to just push and take the fight one-on-one at that off angle after some time. So Immortals now stacking up towards a B site execute. They've got the bomb close by, and Lucas looking to push out of uppers, maybe off the back of a flashbang. Fugly still dancing around the inners ramp. NRG slowly rotating members across. That's a good flashbang, and Fugly completely just blinded out. Marky, though, will be able to get the pick on towards a Lucas, and Breezy with the Desert Eagle takes down Henny. Bolt's trying his best to answer back with the AK-47, but what a shot from FNX to also take down Marky. Now Peter's been heard out as well. He's got the UMP, but Bolt's coming back to secure the inners line as the bomb goes down at the default plant spot. Boltz has been spotted out. Peter trying to go for the engagement, doing damage, but not enough. And it's all up to Breezy, who's managed to crawl all the way above FNX.
Could be an easy kill onto FNX. He needs to make sure he hits the shots, and he does. Now he just has to deal with Boltz, but he doesn't have much time to work with, and Boltz knows that he's coming. Immortals do clutch out the round, but a close one. And NRG doing a lot of damage over to the economy of Immortals, who aren't going to have a full buy in this. They do have a UMP there on Steel, possibly one as well onto Henny, unless Boltz drops an AK. Surely that's what's going to happen. Or is there one on the ground already?
Nope, there's a UMP being dropped, so I think they were just debating, do you want an AK, do you want a UMP? They go, look, in case they forced up pistols again, UMP probably the better idea. We can try adding money into the bank, and Fugly is going to be blinded out this time, so he can't take the one-on-one engagement. Marky, close range of the P250, gets two! Oh, that was looking crisp. And now Breezy with the Desert Eagle, also finding a headshot towards Boltz and tagging down FNX just to 70, but that does put him in towards headshot range for Fugly to take him out. Peter now crawling close back towards T-Connector. They are trapped in there and they need to take a one-on-one engagement, but so many lines for them to clear.
And Peter going to be the key player here for NRG. If he can get one, that's probably enough, really. But Henny, he seems to be checking that line quite well. It does take down Peter, so the spider senses were tingling. NRG with only 2 players left alive now, but Fugly does have an AK in his hands. Dabs, he's all the way in SL.
And Fugly spotted them coming out, so he's done damage towards Henny as well. Dabs locking down the line. not doing any more damage. He's just going to rotate across and wait for one of the Ts to push towards Sandwich. But good smoke means that there's cover for Immortals to be rotating across an FNX. Checking towards E-Box. Daps needs to be careful of being caught in the open.
Interesting that he's going for the Deagle as opposed to the AK. I suppose he wants the... I don't know, like, you can't even... what reason would you take the AK here over the Deagle over the AK for? Or has Daps picked up the AK?
No, it's Fugly's picked up the AK-47 and he caught out in the open. They're just
I
dancing
swear
around.
Fugly had a Deagle there for a point.
No, he had a CZ. There was always Daps to the Desert Eagle. Yeah.
I'm just so lost right now. Okay.
It's always been a CZ. It's never been anything else. And FNX can clutch this out. He's got time to plant it. And Fugly has not been able to get into a favorable post-plant position. FNX now dancing away. Great players coming out from FNX. That looked close for Immortals, but such great movement. Fugly knows where he is, but there's nothing he can do. No kit, has to stay on it.
Sit on the bomb, see what happens.
He's tapped it once, but FNX should have the peak as advantage. And Fugly just coming around the corner. FNX, too strong. We'll be able to complete the 1 and 2 clutch.
Yeah, again though, Immortals having to clutch out these anti-eco rounds. NRG have been doing such a good job of keeping that economy of Immortals in check. If they do win this one, it resets it for Immortals. Immortals won't buy next round. So a big round here actually for NRG. They win this one, they get to 13 in reality.
Absolutely, and Lucas only with a Desert Eagle. Okay. Not sure what that's about, but NRG are going to be on the defensive hold. They can finally buy up. They did drop the anti-eco in the round after they picked up the pistol, and Immortals have taken the complementary of their own anti-ecos afterwards.
Watching the line.
He's made his way out, actually, so that's good positioning from the AWPer for Immortals.
All right, well, NRG, again, 4 players stacked over to the A-bomb site. Now only 3, as Henny opens things up, but a trade straight away from Peter. Good response. Still opens the bomb sites up just a little bit for Immortals, so overall, not too bad. They put the AWP into the hands of Lucas now. Let's see if he can get anything done, but NRG content to hold the sites. They're not giving Immortals anything right now.
Similarly, Immortals not just waiting to see if NRG will push towards them. They want to grasp the easy opportunities. They want to take down any NRG player who's getting a little bit nervous and wanting to push in for information. They are stacking towards the B site. They've read this correctly. Peter is watching uppers with the AWP. He's going to be safe from the inners push. It's up to Fugly to hold this off as soon as the smoke blooms. There's 2 flashbangs. No, there's actually not even a smoke for Immortals to work with. And Fugly, he's actually coming up towards uppers ramp. And it is completely open for NRG just to hold off the cross. Oh my goodness, Peter barely missing the shot. And Fugly in the position to deny the bomb plant. There's one. He's also spotted out the information of more at inners. And this allows NRG more time to rotate across. And Immortals, they do get it down, but favorable post plants.
Fugly's going to push through that smoke, that Molotov, sorry, not even really through. He just passed by it, and he gets himself an easy kill. They didn't expect him to be pushing around there. Now 2 versus 2, but the health of Immortals is almost negligible right now. 12 between them. Good shot from Peter, though. Takes down FNX, and they just have to deal with Lucas, who is holding in a pretty decent post plant, but the fact that he has no utilities, I guess he's got a flash. NRG doesn't have any utilities either, but they know exactly where he is, and they just stick on that defuse. Watching the line. Round win for NRG. Immortals will take the AWP through here. They can force up behind it, I suppose.
Just the Deagle so far. Yep, they are forcing up behind the AWP. Still giving the AWP back towards Henny. He should be able to force up a UMP. This is not a bad buy, but they had to rely on Henny getting the picks and Henny staying alive. That's how Immortals rolled in the previous round. That's how they got the first advantage. And now Peter, under a bit more pressure, actually jumping straight on towards Green Train. But the rest of NRG might be caught out in the open. Breezy isolated on the side of Peter. Nothing he can do. Immortals just charged straight out. No retaliation from any of the other members from NRG.
Yeah, that was a little bit poor from NRG on the CT side. It didn't seem like they were watching the angles that they needed to be. Too slow, and NRG caught off guard by the aggression of Immortals. Should result in a pretty easy round here for Immortals, and I reckon just take these 2 UMPs through to the next round because you're not going to go up against 5 people and win. More likely than not. The UMPs at least gives you some sort of a chance next round.
Barely. They have to push inners. So far, NRG's problem has been that outers control. Breezy, I think he's losing a little bit more confidence because he's not charging in and trying to take the one-on-one deals. Normally you see the smoke grenade towards T-Connector. He knows he can out-rifle most of them. Why isn't he pushing close? He's staying on the site. Peter's been blinded out, so he's a non-factor. Daps is focused on isolating Ivy. And all of a sudden, no one's watching Sandwich, no one's watching E-Box, no one is watching SL, and Immortals are just allowed a free reign to push as far as they want, and there is nothing NRG can do.
Pretty big round there, all things considered, for Immortals. It was looking a little dangerous for them at the moment, but they've stabilized once again. Their economy will be decent enough, I believe, to get a bye in the next round, and the CTs at this point, mostly on an eco. Fugly with an AK, Marky with a UMP. It's going to be those two guys that will have to come up big. Peter already getting taken down by Henny. This time Peter with no AWP to try and trade back with. So, something like from the start of it, it'll be a pretty decent round here for Immortals.
Yeah, and Lucas just on top of Blue Train, taking a few kills in his favor, and Fugly, oh, they nearly line up for him, but he loses the AK-47 alongside with his life, and Immortals will be able to put it into double digits. So the map's suddenly heating up, NRG dropping a few rounds they shouldn't be, really on the back of poor anti-eco plays.
Yeah.
Or just not containing an outers push, which is instrumental in holding on bomb side A.
Is it maybe time for NRG here to consider a double AWP or
No.
something different, a push somewhere?
What they need to do is have not only the AWP, but the rifle trained, early Molotovs towards T-Connector. It may be a waste for the next couple of rounds because Immortals will just go, look, early HE grenades, early Molotovs, we'll just let them use them, and we'll just fall back. Don't take a single point of damage.
Yeah.
But now, NRG are forced to use it. They haven't had the ability to hold off on the push, and Henny may be caught out by Daps if... Nope.
Alright, there you go.
Daps wasn't aware that Henny was walking around and does not check underneath him. And that's not even a round where NRG can buy. They have to go on another eco.
Not good
They
for
could
them.
force up, but
No,
it's
surely,
not favorable.
Surely you don't force up into that situation. You'll get two M4s and the rest will be on UMPs. I'd sooner see just armor and pistols. There we go. Looks like it. Marky and Fugly at least going to be taking some away. But Immortals getting ever closer to being able to pick up that equalizing round. If they make it to 12 apiece, then they're starting to think about drawing ahead. But NRG, it just still feels to me as though if they get 1 or 2 rounds on the board here, it's game done, really. But they're just trying to get their economy in line. And that's the problem. They haven't really been having that many gun rounds. Similar to what we saw from Immortals, though, on their own CT side. So let's be fair to Immortals. They've played this T side quite well.
Oh, Bolts nearly caught off guard, but Fugly does not turn around in time, does not react, and Bolts able to get a very easy kill on the side for Immortals. It should be a pretty easy round afterwards. NRG had to push in for information. Immortals have AK-47s trained on the lines, easy kills, only Breezy last man standing on the A site. Does manage to get 1 kill, but Immortals should be able to collapse upon him, and he should be a dead man walking. There you have it. Henny has been solid with the AWP so far on the T side. He's going to be continuing that into the bye round. NRG have to turn this around 2 rounds in a row. They cannot win this round and then drop the next one.
No way, because that's going to be almost a nail in the coffin for them. This one, so crucial for them, but then similarly, the next one is as well. So they have a big battle ahead of them, at least for the next couple of rounds. Immortals have so much cash built up there as well that you have to think NRG, if they were to win this one out, it's going to have to be very well played from them.
That's much better from NRG.
Yeah.
But you can see how Immortals just counter-respond. They just back out of T-Connector. They know the grenades have to come towards A site. They know there has to be an A site stack on the buy round for NRG to hold off. And they can just go towards B if they choose to do so.
Alright, Immortals. What are they going to do here? This round could win them the game. Could also lose them the game.
Well, still early to tell. Both teams going head-to-head.
It's close. It's very close. I wouldn't be surprised to see this go through to 16-14 or 15-15. Go to overtime. Something like that. It seems to be the trend of today. At least we've seen it once already. And this one is shaping up like it might be as well. But here we go. Fugly. No, Peter is the one to peek around the back there with the AWP and finds the kill into FNX. Trades coming out across the board. But Peter, now he gets 2 in the round.
Oh, Breezy nearly taking out this HE grenade. Should have cleaned him up. No, barely dodges in and bolts. Sprinting to the A side to get the bomb plant down. Will be able to do so successfully without any contention from NRG. They're just waiting for the smoke grenades to fade. Relying on the back of Peter's AWP to find another opportunity. Breezy's been tagged down low. They don't know where Henny is, and Henny is playing on top of the blue train. Fugly's in boosted up. Easy kill for him. And up towards Lucas as well as Bolts. Opposite sides. Lucas finds one from Old Hell. And he's just dancing around, playing around for more information. Daps gets the trade, but Bolts, what a Molotov line! What a great denial. There's no smoke grenade. And Fugly has to jump on it.
just time. I think they just have time.
Barely.
Oh,
That was so close. That was such a good Molotov.
It was a good Molotov. But in the end, NRG win the round. That's important for them, but this one might say even more important. They lose this, their economy gets reset. It'll be equalized at 13-13. Maybe even 14-13.
AK's been dropped for Lucas as well, so...
Immortals can buy next round, especially if they get the bomb down.
They can force up. It wouldn't be the best buy because FNX and Lucas have dropped down to around 2k apiece.
Yeah. But it's still workable for Immortals.
Absolutely.
The way that we've been seeing them play on the T side so far.
Peter was getting aggressive towards Ivy, but with the flashbang, he's going to back off and play safer. He was able to get 2 very easy ult picks in that round, and well, slow play from both sides. Neither team want to give an easy opportunity. Trying to play safe angles, create opportunities, but not overly extend so they risk their lives easily. And well, Daps is going to fall. Just presents the sliver opportunities towards Henny, and Henny has seized all these opportunities
It's
so far.
really been the battle of the orbs, I think, at this point. Breezy's sort of cooled down. Feels to me the winning team on this CT side for NRG or T side for Immortals is going to be the team whose AWPer gets the picks early on in the round, because that's what we saw last time. Peter got the pick, got traded out. He then traded that trade. So overall, if these orbs continue to do work, that's what it's going to come down to. There's Peter again. If he can find another one, that opens things up for NRG, particularly if he finds Henny. Go for a bit of a
he does. He gets Henny. So Henny was re-peeking, trying to engage in the deal, and he's just torn apart the Immortals team. That's 3 kills with the AWP. And Peter now starting to come alive with the AWP. NRG racing Immortals. I would have said it's their final chance to strike, but the anti-ecos have been pretty successful so far. So they're not out of it yet. But NRG, the momentum's back with them. And Immortals do not have time to take a tactical pause. They've already used the tactical pause for the half.
Yeah, Peter as well, starting to look pretty good with that AWP. If he can continue that in this round, then surely it's over, because Immortals, they're going to get a worse buy than this next round if they lose. This is not too bad of a buy, though. 3 AKs, you can make use of that. They've got a decent amount of utilities, not a huge amount, but it's workable. NRG not giving them anything, though. Again, just holding in the exact same positions almost. 2 over to B, 3 over towards A. Fairly similar to how NRG have been holding this entire half.
They have rotated Peter towards B side to try to open up with the initial pick, but it didn't work out. There was Molotovs by Immortals to deny that opportunity. NRG just reset towards another slow round where Immortals just chipping away for information, using some utility to gain map control, just go, look, we're here, NRG, don't push in or we'll kill you. Then they just back off. Still lining up for an A side execute. Probably the correct call. They've been able to execute successfully towards the A site multiple times.
We'll see if it works out this time. That's where Peter tends to hold. He's the one with the AWP. Oh, he's over on B at the moment, so maybe this is the opening that the Immortals need. Smokes do come out. Marky boosted up in a nice position, does spot out one, drops the bomb there as well. Should be an early rotation across from those B players, but is it going to be fast enough? Because Lucas has been able to trade out Marky very, very quickly. Breezy trying to deny the bomb plan, but not spraying in the correct direction. He will spot one out, but there we go. Peter coming across from the B bomb site does find one. Again, 3 versus 3, but Tapsy seems to have an inkling that FNX is there, though the timing is not too good for him. FNX is going to come around and get a free kill now, 2 versus 3, and Peter, he is going to have to come up with something with this AWP. He's the one to take this through, you would think. And, oh, he should have hit that shot. Misses it, though. And it's all down to Fugly. Spots out Henny. In the end, though, FNX, wow, what a play from him. 3 in the round, getting the timing to perfection. And Immortals hang on for another round. Probably one after that as well, because this should be an eco from NRG.
Daps really the weak point so far for NRG. Only 9 kills. And that is really a telling story. He is letting go of that Ivy control. If FNX, imagine if FNX was not allowed out of Ivy. If he was able to lock that down. It's now in serious danger of Immortals taking the rest of the game. They've damaged the CT economy. Breezy's on 1400. Daps, I think, on 1500 or 1600. Around the same like. They have to force up in the next one, all out to double eco. If they double eco, Immortals will take it towards 14 apiece. And NRG, after such a great start towards their CT half, got the pistol, up 11-5 after a great T half. Now down to this.
Well, NRG, we have seen them pick up some eco rounds or get very, very close to picking up some eco rounds against Immortals so far in this map. It's not like this is out of the realms of possibilities for them. Fugly's in an interesting position. Don't generally expect to see a CT up there, but he's rotated, I think, all the way from the B side. Got a bit of information, but Breezy does go down. Good start for Immortals here.
Just happy around Daps. He doesn't need to sprint. He just loses so much territory. Bolts does go down trying to hold SL. Peter's trying to go in for the kill on FNX, but he's missing a lot of shots. We'll be able to clean up eventually, but he's the last man left standing as the rest of Immortals stroll through his compatriots, and the bomb plant going down at A site. Peter, if he saves this AK-47, may be able to force up in the next round. But Immortals coming back strongly. There we have it. Breezy on 1400, Daps on 1800. So this AK-47 may be instrumental in them picking up the next round, or picking weapons up in the next round. Not a guarantee they can win the 28th round. Is Peter doing damage? But it's not enough. It's got to be damage in the rounds where you can compound it towards a victory. Can't do it just on the ecos.
Just needs to take this AK through to the next round. NRG's economy is not great.
There we are. So you can't even save the AK-47. Still is pushing in.
But they should, I think they should still be able to afford a buy here.
It's a poor buy, but the AK-47 could have been serviceable.
Well,
Just
would you save here and go for a full buy at 14-14? Or pistol armor this one?
Pistol armor on the players who have cash. On Breezy and Daps, they don't have enough, so it's just basic pistols. You want as much utility to go forward in towards that 14-14 round, and you don't want to drop a single rifle. It's a hard ask, because Immortals, if they're in danger of losing the round, they'll just go, okay, we'll just try to do as much damage as possible. We can instantly buy up, and we know NRG are going to be lacking in weapons and grenades.
Yep. Alrighty. Another one. Another one going right down to the wire. We've seen it once tonight. Could this one go again through to overtime? It's got the potential to. Immortals have had a very, very good T-side so far, but are they going to have enough to take it through to NRG? 10-5 was the first half in the favor of NRG after their own T-side, but the CT side letting them down. They've only picked up 4 right now compared to the 8 of Immortals. There probably should be 9 of Immortals as well.
Both sides just picking up the T-halves just with ease, as Henny's just got FNX's back. Daps just waiting at the edge of the smoke. Breezy also waiting, but they can't wait for too long because the rest of their teammates will collapse and fall around them, and Daps should die towards the AWP. Up to Breezy to try to find anything if it's possible. He's going to be flashed out, but Henny misses the AWP shot. So Breezy should be able to retrieve the AWP, but is still relying on the Deagle. It's going to reload as FNX pushes in. Breezy
tries to be sneaky.
Tries. It's not going to work against FNX. It goes, gee, I wonder where you are. My teammate says that line's clear. You've had no time to cross. I wonder where you're going to be.
Yep.
Now the scores are tied 14-all. Final 2 rounds of normal regulation time. And it's still no clear winner.
If Immortals win this, though, they should win the map. If NRG win this, it's not set in stone. Because Immortals will be able to afford a buy. So here we go. Looks like Immortals setting up for an execute. Over onto the A-bomb site. They've already thrown out a couple of smoke grenades. They still look like they're setting up for something else.
Double pump, so draw out the early utility and then go again. So there's the wall of smokes onto the A site to get out of Pop Dog. But there's the incendiary grenade from Marky to deny the possibility, but Immortals just one better. The smoke grenade covering the possibility. Now Molotov's close. Breezy coming forward. He needs to make an impact. He's been quiet the CT half. He will take down Lucas.
Or the shoulder or the arm of Daps would have been spotted out there by Steel, so he's just going to hold this line, gets flashed out, has to fall back, throws a flash of his own and repeaks. Daps goes down. Great shot from Steel. 4 versus 4 now as the bomb planted for Immortals. It's looking really good for them. Although the post plants, they've still got a couple of players close on the site. They could be easy pickups for NRG, and indeed one of them will be. But FNX does take one better than what he needed to. 2 for 1. And now, 2 versus 1.
Just seals the deal. Peter just has to sprint off and run. No opportunities available for him. NRG tried retaking together, but FNX on red HP, able to clean up 2 of NRG before they can even trade him out. And that was the difference in the play, alongside with Steel, able to go 1-for-1 with Daps. And now,
oh, well.
Tac pause coming out for NRG, but they've left it a little bit late because Immortals, they have all the cash to play with in the world. They've got the round advantage. They're playing for the victory. NRG, they're playing to stave off defeat, and desperation can make people do funny things.
They at least have the AWP through from last round. If they hadn't saved that, it, I think, would just be full UMPs from them. Oh, they've got a FAMAS by the looks of things, as well as an M4 on Breezy, but a CZ on Daps. So I can only assume he must have dropped for someone. No, he didn't. Breezy brought his own M4. Fugly brought his own FAMAS. And Daps, he just decided to go for the CZ so he could get the armor, so he could get the utilities, get the defuse kit.
Daps has had a very rough game. The poorest performing player on Immortals is Steel, and still sitting on 12 kills. The rest of them, you know, all around the positive rating mark. On the side of NRG, it's very much the core three. Fugly, Breezy, as well as Peter doing work. And then you have Daps and Marky, who, I know it sounds harsh, but on the CT half where you got to hold on to your positions, they are letting their team down.
All right, Immortals now with a chance to close this one out in regulation time. Let's see how they go about it. 16 on the board is what they want, and they start off nicely, though. There is a trade straight away from Breezy, and Fugly the one to go down. He had a FAMAS. I guess you would have probably wanted to lose the CZ or the UMP over the FAMAS at this point, but in saying that, NRG, a 1-for-1 is better than what it could have been.
Could have been a none for two.
Yeah.
Immortals could have just had someone scrolling across. Bolts could have taken 2 down, but a 1-for-1. You lose the UMP, you take an AK-47. No big deal. Marky's still playing in SL, as Immortals have stacked primarily their forces towards Ivy, as well as T-Connector. Henny going to come back and help out his brother Lucas. Breach open the A site.
Still a hold from NRG, though, on the A side. It's a bit different to what they've been doing so far. A lot of the time for NRG, they've been sitting at the back of the A bomb site, very deep in the site, and almost playing a retake game by allowing Immortals to get the bomb down with a sort of a wall of smokes, the bomb down at the bottom of the bomb train, and then NRG tries to retake. But this time, NRG seem like they maybe want to hold on to the side a little bit more, which may catch out Immortals, but Immortals are headed over to the B side, and this could be good for them because they only have the CZ to deal with. Daps could take the timing very, very nicely here and wrap around behind them, but Immortals should be able to get the bomb down relatively safely here. They need to make sure that they check up, as though if Daps denies the bomb plant, oh, that's so big. That is so big because there's 20 seconds left here. Lucas, though, he's gone one better, finding 2. Marky, though, he'll find Henny, who's looking in the wrong direction. There's 14 seconds for that bomb plant. It will just go down in time. And Immortals now trying to hold off this retake. NRG, the 2 weapons that they probably wouldn't want having to go through to the retake, will go through, though. Daps has grabbed himself an AK. And an AWP.
Not the bust through, but Lucas, he's going huge right now for Immortals. And Marky, well, he can't breach through FNX, who's just so solid and dependable. 16-14, we were talking about it. NRG, they won pistol, they look so dominating, they look so strong, and then they just fell apart.
Yeah, it was looking so good for NRG. They will be kicking themselves for that because, as you said, they won the pistol, they won the anti-ecos, I think, and then
They lost the anti-eco. They dropped the anti-eco immediately afterwards. Immortals were allowed back in.
Yeah.
And then from there on in, Immortals just strolled their way to, not strolled, but they just grinded it out. Great rounds going in their favor, some critical plays. At the end of the day, NRG really only have themselves to blame.
They do. And the CT economy, it was difficult to get going there for NRG, but they had so many opportunities there to be able to close that one out, and they didn't quite manage to do it. So they're going to have to think forward now into the second map and try and pull out that one. 16-14 was the result on the first map, going the way of Immortals on Train. We'll head over to our second map, but first, going to have a quick break. Stay tuned, though. We'll be back soon.